bánh giò, bánh trưng, bánh giò.
While most of the world is still fast asleep, a different rhythm begins in Vietnam. Here, time doesn't just move, it breathes. You'll find ancient rice fields stretching endlessly, temples wrapped in morning mist, and city streets that stir to life before dawn. At 5 a.m., when the first light touches the land, the sidewalks come alive. Vendors push their carts, the smell of soup floats through the air, and life spills out into the streets with quiet urgency. This is Vietnam, where memory and modernity walk side by side, and where contradictions don't clash, they dance. It's a place where history lingers in the wind, and the future rises with the sun. A country that doesn't rush time, it reshapes it. As the sun slowly rises, Vietnam reveals its morning ritual. In city parks, elderly men and women move in slow, graceful patterns, Tai Chi against a backdrop of high-rises and birdsong. Just a few blocks away, the last whispers of the night market vanish like morning fog, making room for sidewalk cafes where the scent of strong coffee mingles with warm sunlight. And speaking of coffee, Vietnam has a secret. Most people don't realize it's the second largest coffee producer in the world, right behind Brazil. But here, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a ritual. Drop by drop, dark, rich liquid filters through a fin, a quiet moment of stillness in a world that rarely pauses. Every cup carries the memory of colonial history, reshaped into something uniquely Vietnamese. And from the sky, the land tells a story of abundance. A tapestry of green and gold unfolds, rice paddies stretching to the horizon. Each year they yield over 45 million tons of rice, feeding not just a country, but a culture deeply rooted in the earth. In Vietnam, the day doesn't begin with a jolt. It awakens, slowly, with grace.
Hồ Gươm, ta cho Hồ Gươm vậy đâu? Hồ Gươm, nhà tôi ở Hà Nội, tôi.
In Vietnam, even language sounds like a song. Each word can carry 6 different tones, 6 different meanings, depending on how you say it. Take the word ma. Say it one way, and it means mother. Say it another, and it means ghost. The difference isn't in the letters, it's in the melody. That's why every conversation here is like music, a delicate dance of pitch and rhythm, where one wrong note can change everything. To truly understand, you don't just listen with your ears, you listen with feeling. Vietnam isn't just one story, it's 54. That's the number of officially recognized ethnic groups across the country, from mist-covered mountain villages to sunlit coastal plains. Each community carries its own language, its own traditions, its own rhythm of life, passed down like sacred heirlooms. And if you want to understand a place, go to its market. In Vietnam, every city speaks through its market stalls. In Hanoi, the ancient Dong Xuan market winds through tight alleys, whispering tales of centuries past. Down in Hoi An, the fish market awakens with the tide as lanterns flicker out and the morning catch arrives. And in the highlands of Sapa, Hmong women in vibrant hand-woven clothes sell their crafts, each piece a story stitched by hand. At dawn, these markets explode with color and motion, a living kaleidoscope of smells, textures, and voices. Every stall isn't just selling something where you are. In Vietnamese homes, the past is always present. Step inside and you'll likely find a small altar, quiet, sacred. Photographs of ancestors gaze out from wooden shelves, surrounded by incense smoke curling toward the ceiling. Fresh fruit, bowls of steaming rice, and whispered prayers connect generations across time. 3 generations may kneel together, not just to remember, but to stay in dialogue with those who came before. And just like language or ritual, food is a thread that weaves it all together. Vietnamese cooking is about balance, not just of ingredients, but of philosophy. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and spicy, each flavor, a harmony of the 5 elements, composed with the care of an artist tuning an instrument. A bowl of pho isn't just soup, it's history in steam. A bite of crispy banh mi carries echoes of colonial fusion turned local icon. Delicate goi quan, fresh spring rolls, are a whisper of riverbanks and garden herbs. In Vietnam, food doesn't just feed the body, it feeds the soul. In northern Vietnam, Hanoi hums with centuries of memory. The old quarter is a labyrinth, 36 streets, each once dedicated to a single craft. One street for blacksmiths, another for silk, another for silver. Even today, artisans still shape wood, forge iron, and carve gold, the way their ancestors did. But this city doesn't live in the past. Twice a day, a train barrels straight through a narrow alley where people live, cook, and sip tea. As the whistle blows, residents pull in their stools, tuck away their flower pots, and press flat against the walls. Then, just seconds later, it's over. The street comes back to life, like nothing ever happened. At the heart of Hanoi sits Hoan Kiem Lake, where turtles once surfaced like myths. Nearby, students still rub the heads of stone turtles in the Temple of Literature, hoping it brings them luck during exams. And everywhere, the scent of food follows you. Vendors crouch over giant pots of steaming pho. Locals sit shoulder to shoulder on tiny blue stools, slurping noodles and laughing between bites. In Hanoi, history isn't behind glass. It's right there, breathing in the alleyways, alive in every bowl of soup. In Hanoi's French Quarter, time folds in on itself. Stately colonial buildings, once homes to governors and diplomats, now house modern cafes, boutique hotels, and art galleries. The shutters may be faded, but the charm is unmistakable. It's Paris with a tropical heartbeat. As dusk settles, the city changes tempo. Thousands of motorbikes fill the streets like a river of headlights, buzzing through roundabouts and narrow lanes with synchronized chaos. There's no silence here, only rhythm. Horns, laughter, engines, footsteps, and beneath it all, a pulse. Old and new, tangled like power lines overhead. Hanoi doesn't try to separate the past from the present. It simply lets them collide, beautifully. In Ninh Binh, water and stone share the same breath. Once the ancient capital of Vietnam, this region is where rivers glide through emerald rice fields and limestone cliffs rise like forgotten fortresses. At Tam Coc, boats drift between towering rock formations that pierce the sky. But what makes them special isn't just the view, it's how they move. Rowers here don't use their hands, they steer with their feet, legs stretched like wings, pushing oars in graceful circles passed down through generations. In Ninh Binh, the journey is slow, quiet, and sacred. The river doesn't just carry you forward, it carries you back in time. As you drift deeper into Ninh Binh, the river reveals its secrets. Temples emerge from the hillsides, like Bic Dong, built across 3 mountain levels. Each tier holds quiet caves where Buddhist monks have meditated for centuries, surrounded by stone, silence, and the scent of incense. At Trang An, the journey becomes even more surreal. boats glide through a network of 31 valleys and 48 caves, weaving under arches of rocks so low, passengers must lie flat to pass through. The rowers, still steering with their feet, move like clockwork, guiding you through darkness into sudden bursts of light. This isn't a ride, it's a passage through land, through time, and into something almost mythic. Ha Long Bay, off the northern coast of Vietnam, where the land meets the Gulf of Tonkin, a surreal world rises from the water. Ha Long Bay, over 1,600 limestone islands, jutting skyward like ancient sentinels. Formed more than 500 million years ago, these towering formations stretch as far as the eye can see, like a stone maze sculpted by time itself. The bay feels otherworldly. Mist drapes the cliffs, sunlight glints off the jade-colored water, and everything moves, slowly, silently, like time forgot to pass here. It's not just beautiful, it's mythical, a place where legends linger and nature writes poetry in stone. Hidden deep inside those towering rocks are ancient caves, dark, echoing chambers where time carved cathedrals out of stone. Stalactites hang like frozen waterfalls, whispering secrets of civilizations long gone. And on the water, life floats. Entire fishing villages drift between the cliffs, homes on wooden rafts, schools bobbing in the waves, traditions pass from boat to boat. Here, generations have lived not beside the sea, but on it. Junks, traditional wooden boats with broad sails, glide silently through narrow canyons where the light shifts and dances along vertical stone walls. In Ha Long Bay, the line between land, water, and sky seems to blur, and everything feels suspended between reality and legend. Lan Ha Bay. Just a few miles from the famous waters of Ha Long Bay lies its quieter, wilder sibling, Lan Ha Bay. Here, far from the crowds and cruise ships, nature whispers instead of shouts. Towering sea stacks draped in thick jungle rise from glassy waters untouched and pristine. Golden langurs, rare and almost mythical, leap from tree to tree, their fur flashing in the sun like forest fire. Above, sea eagles glide on warm thermals. Below, coral gardens bloom, and tropical fish drift through crystal blue silence. There are no grand entrances here, no headlines, just a quiet beauty that sneaks up on you and stays. Lan Ha Bay isn't just a place, it's a feeling, one that reminds you what the world looked like before we arrived. At the northernmost edge of Vietnam, where jagged mountains brush against the sky, Ha Giang reveals itself slowly, like a secret etched into stone. Winding mountain passes hug the cliffs. Suspended above deep gorges carved by the Na Kiu River, a jade ribbon slicing through ancient rock. On these high slopes, the Hmong and Dao people cultivate fields of buckwheat, delicate pink flowers that bloom in defiance of the altitude, turning the rugged hills into soft, shifting quilts. Women wear traditional garments dyed deep indigo, woven by hand, dyed in leaves, sewn with care. Each piece of clothing carries a story of family, of land, of resilience. Homes made of rammed earth huddle against the cold, and once a week, villagers walk for hours to gather at the market, trading cloth, livestock, rice, and laughter. Ha Giang is remote, wild, and breathtaking. But more than anything, it's a place where time still listens to the seasons, and life follows the rhythm of the mountains. In Vietnam's far north, where the mountains stretch toward the Chinese border, Thao Bang unfolds, like a lost chapter in an ancient book. Here, the Ban Giok waterfalls thunder from cliffs 100 feet high, cascading in layered steps, throwing mist into the sun, until rainbows arc across the valley. The Quay Sun River snakes gently through rice fields, its jade-colored waters wrapping around limestone towers and karst valleys carved by centuries of wind and rain. Villages rest quietly in the folds of these mountains. Men tend the fields by the lunar calendar. Women sit at wooden looms, weaving cloth with hands taught by mothers and grandmothers. Chau Bang feels untouched, not because it's forgotten, but because it remembers how to live slowly and in rhythm with the land. High in Vietnam's northern mountains, where clouds drift low and the air turns cool, Sapa stretches across the hills like a dream carved into the land. For centuries, the Hmong and Dao people have shaped these mountains with their hands, layer after layer of rice terraces, curving along the slopes, tracing the contours of the earth. During the rainy season, the fields fill with water, reflecting the sky like thousands of tiny mirrors. In harvest season, they glow gold, lighting the mountains from within. This isn't just agriculture, it's architecture, a living mosaic passed down from generation to generation, not written in books, but etched into the land and walked on every single day. Towering above it all is Mount Fansipan, the roof of Indochina, standing 3,100 fortified meters high. Beneath its shadow, Hmong villages cling to the hillsides, homes built from wood and stone, fields carved into steep mountains, and women dressed in deep indigo, cloth they've dyed and stitched by hand, tending the land with timeless care. They don't follow the clock, they follow the seasons, the rains, the stories written in the sky. Each family watches over a patch of this living landscape, as if guarding a sacred painting that changes color with every month. Up here, above the clouds, life slows down, but never stops. In northern Vietnam, where the mountains seem to touch the clouds, lies a place that looks more painted than real, Mu Chang Chai. Here, rice terraces wrap around the hillsides like stairways to the sky. Each curve carved by hand, each level a testament to generations of Hmong farmers who turned steep, unforgiving land into something breathtaking and alive. In May, the fields shimmer like mirrors, filled with water that reflects the sky. By June, they glow green with new life, and in September, they turn gold, a slow-burning fire rolling across the hills. 2,200 hectares of living canvas, each terrace, each shadow, shaped not by machines, but by memory. The mountains breathe here, and the people have learned to breathe with them. Life in Mu Chang Chai moves to the rhythm of rain and wind. The Hmong people have lived here for centuries, reading the sky like a calendar. They know when to plant, when to harvest, guided not by apps or forecasts, but by the land itself. On these near-vertical fields, they work with quiet precision. Everything is done by hand, just as it was generations ago. In a world chasing speed and convenience, the Hmong still trust patience and the wisdom of the mountains. Tucked between Emerald Mountains in northern Vietnam, Mai Chau opens like a secret, slowly. This quiet valley has been home to the White Thai people for over 700 years, a community that lives in harmony with the land, season after season. Their homes rise on stilts, built from bamboo and wood, 2 meters off the ground to keep safe from monsoon floods. Beneath them, chickens roam, looms spin, and the gentle rhythm of weaving fills the air. Thai women create vivid, hand-woven fabrics, stripes, swirls, and ancient patterns passed down like lullabies. Each thread tells a story of mountains, rivers, and sky. Water flows through a centuries-old canal system, feeding the rice fields like veins of life. And when the sun sets and mist rolls down from the peaks, the valley begins to glow, a scattering of lights, soft and golden, like stars that have fallen gently, just to rest among the paddies. Beneath the jungle canopy of central Vietnam lies a hidden world, silent, ancient, and vast beyond imagination, Phong Nha. This is home to the largest cave system on Earth, 126 kilometers of underground rivers, cathedrals of stone, and tunnels carved by water over millions of years. And deep within it, Son Doom, a cave so massive it could hold a New York skyscraper. Its ceilings collapse into sinkholes, letting sunlight pour onto jungles that grow underground. Here, nature has rewritten its own rules, forming forests beneath the earth, where clouds gather and rain falls in silence. Phong Nha isn't just a cave system. It's a reminder of how little we truly know about what lies beneath our feet. Inside Phong Nha, time becomes a sculptor. Rivers flow in complete darkness, shaping chambers as vast as cathedrals, arched ceilings, natural columns, and echoing silence that feels almost sacred. In Sun Dong, the cave breathes like a living thing. Mist rises from underground lakes. Jungle vines reach toward rays of light that slip through collapsed ceilings. It's a place where the line between earth and sky blurs, a secret ecosystem hidden in the heart of the planet. And the deeper you go, the more mysterious it becomes. New caves are still being discovered. Passages wind in all directions, twisting into a three-dimensional maze that no map can fully capture. In this underground world, silence is complete, except for the sound of dripping water, still carving, still creating, long after we're gone. In central Vietnam, along the banks of the Perfume River, the last imperial city sleeps behind ancient stone walls. Hue. Once the heart of a dynasty, Hue's Citadel stretches across the landscape like a memory carved in stone. Inside, 13 emperors of the Nguyen dynasty ruled over Vietnam for more than a century. Dragons curl across the rooftops. Phoenixes guard the courtyards, where only royalty once walked. But time has softened the sharpness. Now moss creeps along the bricks, and silence echoes where royal decrees once rang out. Beyond the citadel, the imperial tombs lie hidden in the jungle. Not graves, but miniature cities of the dead. The tomb of Tu Duc alone spans an area larger than many modern neighborhoods. Nearby, the 7-story pagoda of the Celestial Lady rises above the river, each level a symbol of rebirth, each breeze carrying whispers from a vanished world. Between the Marble Mountains and the contested waters of Southeast Asia, Da Nang tells a story shaped by contrast. By day it feels peaceful, coastal, airy, touched by salt and sun. But when night falls, the city transforms. Bridges light up like dragons. One literally does, breathing fire into the night sky every weekend. Another glows in shifting colors, dancing across the river's surface. Just outside the city, 5 marble peaks rise like sacred sentinels. Temples are carved straight into the rock. Caves open up like nature's cathedrals, where monks still offer incense in silence, as sunlight filters in like divine whispers. Da Nang doesn't separate the ancient and the modern. It lets them coexist gracefully. Not far from the city, the shoreline opens wide. 30 kilometers of white sand known as Mai Kay Beach, where the waves roll in steady and strong. Surfers come from around the world to ride these waters, unaware that in 1965, these same waves greeted the first American Marines. The past lingers here, in the breeze, in the salt, in the silence between the tides. Beyond the coast, the Son Tra Peninsula rises like a green fist from the sea. It's one of the last pockets of untouched rainforest in the region, 30 square kilometers of wild, breathing earth. This is home to a species found nowhere else on Earth, the red-shanked Duke langur. With their bright fur and gentle eyes, they move like ghosts through the canopy. Only about 60 remain, clinging to branches and to survival. Here, cliffs fall into ocean and jungle meets sky, a place where every dawn could be the last for something precious. North of Da Nang, a peninsula juts into the sea like a forgotten outpost, wild, green, and sacred. This is Son Tra, one of Vietnam's last remaining coastal jungles, stretching across 30 square kilometers of untouched forest. Here, time slows to the rhythm of rustling leaves and ocean wind. In the canopy, a rare and delicate species survives, the red-shanked Duke langur. With bright orange legs, white whiskered faces, and soulful eyes, they look more like paintings than primates. Only around 60 remain, moving quietly through the branches, their every movement a whisper of extinction. At the highest point, the Lady Buddha statue watches over it all, 67 meters tall, wrapped in clouds. And nearby, an 800-year-old banyan tree spreads its roots like open arms, a shelter for monks, for soldiers, for anyone who's ever needed to rest beneath something ancient. Son Tra isn't just a forest, it's the last breath of a wilder world. Deep in the jungle where vines hang low and the air hums with ancient silence, lies the forgotten kingdom of Champa, my son. More than 70 red brick temples lie scattered through the forest, ruins of a civilization that once rivaled the great empires of Asia. Each tower was built stone by stone, without mortar, the blocks fitting so perfectly they've withstood centuries of rain, war, and time. At sunrise, the carvings come to life, gods and dancers etched into brick, their stories told in stillness. No one truly knows how they built it. The firing technique remains a mystery. Even today, archaeologists and historians walk its moss-covered paths with more questions than answers. But what remains is enough, a sacred site, a whisper of lost glory, a place where you don't just see history, you feel it, rooted in the earth, wrapped in vines, and echoing through the trees. By day, Hoi An is quiet, its ancient streets lined with yellow-painted houses and faded wooden shutters. But look closer, and you'll see them, lanterns, everywhere. Woven from bamboo and draped in silk, they hang in shops, doorways, and alleys, waiting. Thousands of them, red, gold, jade, and violet, folded shapes like glowing petals, resting beneath the curved roofs of merchant homes. Then the sun begins to dip, and Hoi An changes. One by one, the lanterns light up, a soft glow that spills onto the cobblestone streets and dances on the surface of the river. Shadows disappear, and suddenly, the whole city feels like a fairy tale lit from within. As night falls in Hoi An, the streets become a river of color and sound. Vendors set up their stalls beneath a canopy of glowing lanterns, selling silk scarves, hand-painted fans, and sizzling street food. The air is thick with the scent of grilled meat, fresh herbs, and sweet sesame treats. Down by the river, small wooden boats glide silently through the dark water. Tourists and locals alike release paper lanterns, each one carrying a wish, a prayer, a quiet hope, floating downstream like tiny stars. The reflections ripple across old stone bridges, across time itself. In Hoi An, the night isn't just something to pass through, it's something to participate in, a festival of light and memory, repeated every night for centuries. High in Vietnam's central highlands, where the air turns crisp and the mist hangs low, there's a city that feels like it's slipped out of a dream. Dalat. At 1,500 meters above sea level, it's a patchwork of pine forests, flower gardens, and villas painted in pastel. Built by the French as a mountain retreat, the city still carries whispers of a colonial past. Elegant balconies, steep rooftops, and tree-lined boulevards that seem more Europe than Asia. But Dalat is full of surprises. Hidden waterfalls plunge into secret valleys. Arabica coffee plantations crawl up terraced hillsides, producing beans so rich they become some of the finest in Asia. And then there's the Crazy House, an architectural wonder that looks like it was dreamed up by a child and built by nature itself. Twisting staircases, dripping walls, surreal curves, part tree, part fairy tale, part fever dream. In Dalat, nothing is ordinary. Every corner feels like a postcard from a place you weren't sure existed. In the sun-scorched heart of Vietnam's south-central coast, Phan Rang rises, dry, windblown, and quietly radiant. It's the only place in the country where vineyards stretch across sandy soil, where rows of grapevines thrive under a desert sun, and salt pans shimmer along the coastline like cracked mirrors catching the sky. At dawn, fishermen cast their nets with practiced grace, centuries-old movements guided by tides and instinct. Palm-thatched houses line the villages, built low to the earth to guard against wind and heat. But within them lives something far older than the land itself, the soul of the Cham people. Their songs echo during festivals. Their ritual dances stir the dust in temple courtyards. Their ancient towers, brick by weathered brick, still stand, watching the horizon, remembering. In Phan Rang, the land may seem harsh, but the culture it holds is tender, a living thread that ties past to present, woven in sunlight, salt, and song. Tucked between rugged cliffs and forested hills, Vinh Hai Bay hides like a secret waiting to be discovered. Cradled by Nui Chua National Park, this bay is where the mountains meet the sea, a place where land folds into water and time moves with the rhythm of the tides. Beneath the surface, coral reefs bloom in silence. Thousands of tropical fish drift through the currents, painting the seafloor in color and motion. Fishermen paddle across the bay in hand-woven bamboo baskets, their movements slow and practiced, their knowledge passed down like heirlooms. Above water, limestone rocks rise like sculptures. Below, the coral gardens breathe quietly, untouched and alive. Vinh Hai isn't loud, it doesn't demand attention. But if you listen closely, you'll hear it whisper the ocean's oldest song. In southern Vietnam, where you'd expect jungle and sea, you'll find a desert, Mui Ne. Winds from the east sculpt its red and white sand dunes into rippling waves, a miniature Sahara under a tropical sun. The dunes shift with every breeze, never quite the same from one day to the next. At dawn, a fishing village wakes quietly. Hundreds of round basket boats dot the shoreline, woven from bamboo, sealed with resin, and guided by skill passed through generation. Just beyond, red cliffs rise like pages of a geological book, layered in color, telling nearly 2 million years of Earth's memory. Between wind and stone, Mui Ne is a place that shouldn't exist. And yet there it is, wild, windswept, unforgettable. Beneath the cliffs of Mui Ne, the earth tells stories, in stone. Wind and rain have carved miniature canyons through the soft rock, twisting gullies, painted in shades of rust and gold. Hidden streams wind between the ridges, feeding secret oases where coconut palms sway gently under the heat. Just steps away, tradition thrives. Fishermen head out at dawn in their round basket boats, casting nets with a rhythm older than memory. There are no engines here, just arms, oars, and instinct. In Mui Ne, the land may shift and change, but the people remain steady, rooted like the palms in the sand. Saigon, now called Ho Chi Minh City, is a city that never stops moving. Glass towers stretch toward the sky, while scooters swarm below in a constant hum of motion. But hidden among the chaos are traces of another time. In District 1, the Reunification Palace still stands. Its gates, once crashed by tanks in 1975, now welcoming visitors instead of soldiers. And in the heart of the city, Ben Thanh Market has pulsed with life since 1914. 3,000 stalls crammed with color, scent, and sound. 8 million people, 7 million motorbikes, one heartbeat. But the city's most powerful story lies underground. Just outside Saigon, the Cu Chi tunnels stretch for over 150 miles, cramped, hand-dug, and barely wide enough to crawl through. These narrow corridors once held field hospitals, kitchens, command centers, even theaters, all built in darkness beneath a war-torn land. Above ground, the city races forward. Below, the silence remembers. Deep in the curves of the Mekong Delta, there's a village where time is fired in brick, Mang Tit. Here the earth itself becomes architecture. Generations of artisans shape soft river clay into bricks. Millions of them, used to build homes, temples, even cities. The skyline isn't made of steel, it's made of kilns. Dozens of towering, cone-shaped furnaces rise like ancient watchtowers. Smoke coils lazily into the sky. The scent of ash and earth fills the air. And all around, men and women repeat the same gestures their ancestors did 200 years ago. Kneading clay, packing molds, stoking fire. Each brick is checked by hand. No automation, no shortcuts. Only memory, muscle, and heat. Mang Tit doesn't just produce bricks, it breathes with them. And in the glow of the kilns, you can still feel the rhythm of a world that moves slowly and builds things to last. At the southern tip of Vietnam, the mighty Mekong River completes its 2,800-mile journey. Here, it splits into 9 branches. Locals call them the 9 Dragons. Together they form a vast maze of life, floating homes, endless canals, and rice paddies that shimmer under the sun. This isn't just a river delta, it's an ecosystem that feeds over 17 million people. Land and water blur, shifting with the tides. You don't drive here, you drift. Kai Rang is one of the largest floating markets in Southeast Asia. Before sunrise, hundreds of boats gather like petals on a giant water lily. trading fruit, vegetables, and stories. Each boat hangs its goods from tall bamboo poles, a pineapple here, a gourd there, like signs in a floating city. The Mekong doesn't rush, it meanders, nourishes, and remembers. By 5 a.m., Kai Rang is in full bloom. Boats jostle gently in the current, their decks stacked high with produce, papayas, cabbages, watermelons, each one a splash of color on the muddy river. Vendors call out across the water, bartering not just for prices, but for connection. This floating market isn't a show for tourists, it's daily life, messy, vibrant, alive. Just beyond the trade routes, the mangrove forests begin. Their tangled roots reach out from the water like fingers, grasping for the past. Here the river slows and deepens. Birds nest in the branches. The air hums with insects and the occasional splash of a hidden creature below. It's a submerged world, half water, half land, where life doesn't follow the clock. It follows the rhythm of the tide. 185 kilometers off Vietnam's southern coast, a cluster of islands rises from the sea, lush, quiet, almost otherworldly. This is Con Dao, a place of haunting beauty and haunting history. Today it looks like paradise, tropical beaches, turquoise waters, untouched forests. But for much of its past, it was anything but. In 1862, the French built a prison here. Later, during the Vietnam War, it became infamous under South Vietnamese and American control. Over 20,000 prisoners were held in these cells, many of them political dissidents and independence fighters. Inside, their graffiti still clings to the walls. The tiger cages, cramped, sunless isolation cells, remain as chilling proof of the brutal conditions. Con Dao is a place where the line between heaven and hell runs razor thin, where clear waters hide deep wounds. Phu Quoc. Off the coast of Cambodia, in the warm waters of the Gulf of Thailand, rises Phu Quoc, Vietnam's island of sun and spirit. More than half the island is protected national park, dense jungle, hidden waterfalls, and over 1,000 plant species thriving in the tropical heat. It's wild, but also connected in the most unexpected way. A cable car, the longest overwater ride in the world, glides for nearly 8 kilometers, floating high above the sea. From its glass cabins, the islands below look like scattered emeralds on a sheet of blue silk. At the edge of the main town, a small temple sits perched on a rocky outcrop. Din Khao, the fisherman's shrine. Locals come here to pray before heading out to sea, lighting incense and placing offerings beneath the sea goddess's gaze. And just behind the growing skyline of luxury resorts and shopping centers, the night market still hums. Fishermen selling their fresh catch, families gathering under strings of lights. Phu Quoc moves forward, fast, but it still remembers where it came from. Deep within Phu Quoc's forests, cool springs bubble from between ancient rocks. The air smells of earth and sea, wild berries mingling with the salty breeze. It's a scent you won't find anywhere else in the world. Phu Quoc's signature. Here, nature and culture don't just coexist, they intertwine. From glass-bottom cable cars to barefoot fishermen, from luxury villas to century-old shrines, this island is a mosaic, constantly shifting, but always, unmistakably, itself. From misty mountaintops to sunlit deltas, from hidden caves to floating markets, Vietnam is not just a place, it's a feeling. A land stitched together by contrasts, stone and water, old and new, silence and celebration. We've wandered through ancient capitals and lantern-lit streets, sailed between limestone giants, and stood beneath banyan trees older than memory. We've tasted the rhythm of life in rice terraces, coral reefs, and the slow drift of riverboats at dawn. But this isn't just a journey across landscapes. It's a journey through time, through soul, through the quiet heartbeat of a country that remembers and reinvents. Vietnam is a living tapestry, woven from legend, struggle, beauty, and grace. And once you've seen it, once you've truly felt it, it never leaves you.